Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are, well, pretty much exactly where I left off at the end of the stream last week. This is my Mun Base as it stands so far, but I'm hoping that by the end of this stream it'll look quite a bit better than this. Last week we brought this core module over here. We docked the lander with it, brought our rover and our two Kerbals, Bill and Phil K, over there, nicely residing inside. And the goal today is to get it so that it will be a mining base. So I want to add on another module here to drill and harvest the resources. I also think I probably should have some sort of fuel tank to hold resources as well, the resources that the converter will make it into. I'm not quite sure exactly what I will do. As usual with this, I make it up kind of as I go along, but hopefully this will be looking quite a bit better than it is looking right now in another hour and a half or so. But anyway, I do have a contract. I should actually point that out. Actually, I got a couple of contracts being highlighted up here. One of the contracts is to extract 600 units of ore from the moon, so that should be easy enough once I have the equipment to do that. I also have a contract to recover Michael S. and Michael's husk Hulk from orbit about the moon. If I go into orbit, there he is. There is Michael's Hulk. He is in orbit, or she, I'm not quite sure, is in orbit about the moon. We need to recover him and the container that he's in, the vessel that he's in, and bring it back to Kerbin's surface. So I do have a station in orbit about the moon. I should probably point that out. See, lots of things in orbit about the moon right here. And the station does have Kerbal. I think Jebediah's there, if I'm not mistaken, who has the Nerve 1, my nuclear runabout that got all of these folks from Kerbin to here. And I'm thinking of using that to pick up Michael, but I also need to grab Michael's Hulk, and for that I really kind of need either an engineer, but Bill's, well, I could bring Bill to, I have to think about that, but somehow I have to pick up the Hulk and bring that back too. Lots of things to kind of think about and puzzle out in this episode, but, and whether, I've probably already said too many things and I'll be able to get done, but that is going to be kind of the goal for the next little bit. Now, speaking of goals, a couple of announcements that are going to affect what I'm going to be putting out over the next few weeks. Number one is the KSP2 update for science that will add what do they call it? Adventure mode or exploration mode or whatever, but we'll have science, we'll have an actual campaign for you to follow. That now has a date of December 19th for that to drop. That is 2 weeks from today. So my plan is I do want to jump, I don't know permanently yet, because it all depends on whether KSP2 is really fun to play, but what I want to do is I want to do a live stream with KSP2 once that forced science stream is available. So what I'm thinking is 2 weeks from today, instead of this stream that you're watching right now, it will be a KSP2 for science stream, and I'll be diving in, and I'm going to deliberately dive in blind. I'm kind of avoiding information about it. I want to kind of go through and have an honest reaction and not quite know exactly what it is to expect. So that's something to look forward to 2 weeks from now. Next week will be this topic again, whatever it is that I'll be doing in this particular playthrough, and then KSP2 on December 19th or very close to it. And then after that, I'm going to play it by ear as far as live streams go. If KSP2 turns out to be not to be a buggy nightmare and turns out to be a lot of fun, I'll stick with that for a little bit and see how much mileage I can get out of that. If that turns out to not work very well, I'll come back to this. On the other side, though, I also have my RP1 series for those people that are enjoying that. That's been coming out every second Saturday. They're not live streams, they're edited videos. They take me quite a bit longer to put together than a live stream would. But that's why they come out every second Saturday. But I am getting a little faster at producing them, so to help me catch up, there's going to be some bonus RP1 episodes. Instead of, for the next 3 weeks, instead of them coming out every second week, they're going to come out every week for the next 3 weeks. So The Saturday coming up, the Saturday after that, and the Saturday after that are all going to be RP1 video drops. If you enjoy that series, well, you're going to get 3 of them before we get into the Christmas holidays. And I'm hoping that as I keep picking up the pace that I'll be able to release those a little bit more frequently than just every 2 weeks. But anyway, for the next 3 weeks, you're going to be seeing 3 of them on Saturday. So all of that. But anyway, let's get on to this. So back to the Space Center we go. The text, oh my gosh, I was jabbering too much. Goodbye. I must have missed the button. Thank you. Sorry about that. I can see everybody telling me about the launch text is still there, and I was way too focused on getting my announcements in. Sorry about that. Okay, but I think I did get my announcements in, so let's actually time warp to the daylight. And whoa, this is taking a little while. Why is that taking so long? There we go. And then we'll get into the space plane hangar. And we'll get going on expanding upon this base. So open it up. Mun Base. This is the Mun Base as it is so far. As I've mentioned all the time, whenever I build stations or bases, I prefer to kind of put all the modules together in the space plane hangar because you get this lovely lateral motion. So what we're going to do is we're going to build on another module or 2. And I think it's probably going to be 2 modules, but what I'm going to try and do so that I can get it done this stream is whatever I end up adding on, I'm going to take it there in 1 launch. So it might end up being a bigger launch than what I did to get this part, and undoubtedly it will be because the module I'm about to build now is going to be heavier. So we're going to extend off this part here. So we need ourselves a docking port. Around like that. We're gonna put on a construction. There's this one I'm looking for. The I've been using these structural girders. I might as well stick with that. Should I go with 2 of them? I might go with 2. Let's try with 2. This might make it more fun too. And then onto this is going to go probably a fuel tank. Now, I'm actually just thinking, yeah, this isn't going to work. Because if I try to attach, remember I have a contract, let me show the contract again, to bring over 600 units of ore. So I was thinking for my next, ore tanks, that's 1,500 units of, what are all the ore tanks? You can organize these by resources. Ore. Go away. So that is 75. That's 300. I need to bring 600. Oh, I can save myself. That one's 1,500, but I wanted to attach it on radially like this, and you can see how it's not going to work really well. You know what I could do? I know how. I was going to do some stuff with action groups, but I think I can just do this with a cubic strut right in the middle here. Just make sure it's in the middle. Hold the Alt key so it goes right on the node, and then go back to. I could go with 2. No, let's keep doing this. It's just keeping it simple. Oh, you're not gonna let me do that. Okay, so we are gonna have to. So here's what we'll do. So I'm gonna have to do some funkiness with sub-assemblies. This is easy enough. So what you do is you make this docking port here the root part. You take all of this stuff, drop it into the zone. You don't even have to give it a name. It's just temporary. Going to go there. And you say, yeah, overwrite whatever was there before we go new. Don't save this. We're going to go here. We're going to give us a proper starting spot, and then we'll build out to that. You'll see where I'm going. Let's go with... Now let's go with the small guy. Is that right side up? It's so hard to tell. Is there any writing on it at all? I think that's right side up. Oh, there is some writing here. No, those are just little dots. Okay. I'm hoping that... Oh, you know how you... No, that doesn't tell... You know what you can do? You can just launch it temporarily. All I want to do is make sure this is right side up. You're going to run into those troubles with those tubes. You already have spacers for the hab module. No need to make your fairing bigger. No. I got a plan, Nathan. I got a plan. Famous last words, though. Okay, that's up. Blue's up. Good. That's all I wanted to see. Revert. The most boring vehicle ever. Revert back to the spaceplane hangar. Oh, what about a small manned RCS vehicle that you can use as a scout to go around the region? Yeah, I could do that, but let's get the mining part working first. We got to sort of keep ourselves focused here. So under this is going to go one of these. And probably I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to go to the harvesters. Now there's two harvesters. There's the convertitron, not the harvester, the convertitrons, the things that do the take the ore and turn them into useful resources. There is the 125, which looks like that, and then there is the convertitron 250, which looks like that. It's obviously much bigger. This is a 1.25 meter part. This is a 2.5 meter part. But I'm gonna go with the bigger one. Basically, I think this one's more like something you would put on a ship that you wanted to do harvesting, that you got to carry it around. It's a lot less mass, but this one's for a base. It's much more efficient at converting the ore, and it's faster too. And that looks right side up, so I think that looks pretty good. And then under that, going back to filter by resources and ore, we're going to put one of these. That's going to be our ore holding tank. There's no ore in it. That's good. And now going back to here, we'll get this looking more like what we just had. Structure, we're going to put on one of those radial attachment points. Snap on like that. Get it so it's right in the middle there. Line up the seams, as it were. You might have to adjust this anyway because we got to get all the legs to be the same. One thing at a time. Oh my god, I'm having trouble just doing that. Okay, why? Oh, I put on the snap for some dumb reason. Why am I being so picky? I don't know why I'm being so picky. And then I'm going to put on a couple of these. Come on. And then a docking port. And then I can get from my sub-assemblies that unnamed one I had, which was this guy. Roll it the right way. There we go. That's all. That was all that work just to get to there. So this is going to be the beginning of a mining base. Now I need to put on some landing legs on this. Back here. We'll use the same ones as I've used everywhere else. Go to the radial symmetry. Go four-way symmetry. Flip that around. Not that way, but that way. Not that way. That way. There we go. So hard. Now, one of the things you need to do here, get rid of the contracts. That's just bugging me. There we go. Is you want to have all these landing legs all at the same level. So I find what helps me out is if I grab this, bring it down. Oh, I'm already down. Oh, no. Get it so that the landing struts are just clipping into the... Oh my god. Why did you do that to me? Why? Why? Control Z's not bringing it back either. I have a bug. Oh. Life stinks. Okay. Alright, I gotta go through that again. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Wow. That was terrible. Let's go all new because I think there's something funky going on here. I've had that happen before and I'm not quite sure. I don't know. It's not just KSP2 with bugs, you know. There. Let's build this real quick. And there. And I'll save this time too. And the Convertitron, that's the wrong one. There, does that look right side up? No, that one looks upside down. It'll work just as well upside down, but, you know, I don't want it to be upside down. Or there. And landing struts. There, and structural McJobs. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to save it before I move it like I just did. There. Oh, I only want one. There. Back to those structural tubes. One. I don't know. To me, like, I would think if I was living in that hab module, I would want to be a little bit of a distance away from this noisy contraption. Okay. So I'm going to save here again, Mun Base. So that if I get that disappearing trick again, that I don't have to rebuild that part. Okay, take that. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. Now maybe if I change the root part to this, life might get easier. I don't know. Okay, so again, I'm gonna place this so that those legs are just clipping into the floor, and then I can look at this part, grab this, take the snap off, and move this so that those are just landing into the floor. I'm just realized I've used much bigger landing struts. Maybe that's not a bad idea. This thing will be a lot heavier. So that everything will be more or less at the same level. That's the idea. That'll do. I think I'll stick with the bigger ones. They don't have to all be the same. Okay, bringing that up. Now, we are going to need drilling. Drills. So you got two drills again. You have the junior, which is a little drill, and you have the bigger one, which is obviously much more massive. I'm going to go with the bigger one. They are heavier, but this is a base. Once it's on the surface, you know, we are done with it. Oh, it's going that way, so I need to go on the mirror symmetry again. Like that. One on the other side. But again, they're faster, they're more efficient, so that's why I like them. Now, with this part kind of done, I need to now think about electricity and heat management. Using these drills is pretty much the only place you got to think about thermal in my mind in the stock KSP game. Is usually you don't even get into the thermal and worry about these radiators, but when you're using these drills you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build me sort of a tower off the top of this, and on that we're going to mount things like radiators and solar panels. Maybe just this guy, make it nice and tall, because I think there's going to have to be a lot of stuff that's going to go on here. Okay. So, if we go, let's think about the radiators first. Let's think about electricity first. No, let's think about electricity first. So, if I go into here and look at electric charge, now you do have to be a little careful because there's comet drill, there's asteroid, oh no, then it's just the resource harvester, but you got, yeah, asteroid drill and, resource harvesting, which is basically doing it on a body, which is what we're going to be doing. They're a little different, so you got to pay attention to that. So notice here, 22.5 units of electric charge per second, and that will get modified by your engineer. So you really got to make sure you cover that. So I got two drills going, so 22.5. So that's 45. I'm going to put that on a calculator to keep track of that. So that's 45 units of electrical generation I got to be thinking about for that. And also, on the Convertitron part, the 250, if we are converting ore I think all of these are the same at 30 units of electric charge per second. So to the 45, I got to add 30, so I'm up to 75 units of electric charge per second. That's now you could run the drills and then the harvester afterwards and not have to do them all at the same time, but I'm going to do them all at the same time. So we're going to go into electricity, and we're going to be jumping right into the Gigantors. The Gigantors are 24.4 a second, so if I take my 75, I divide that by 24.4. That's 3. I'm not going to put on 3. I'm going to put on 4. So not an insignificant amount of electricity. I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I think it should be. Might want to make this little tower taller when this is all said and done. Maybe not. We'll see. So there's my electric charge. I want these to be... Did I miss it? I did. Oriented the same way as these little fellas down here, though. So, you know, these ones are hardly going to be contributing anything. But, yep, hopefully... Yep. And as far as radiators go, I'm already seeing some suggestions. Hello, Maximilian. Glad you can make it. For the heat management, we got to go back to the drills. And if we go to the, not the junior, nope, this one. And again, look down here for core heat. And the thing you really want to look at is the required cooling of 1,000 kilowatts. You want to provide that amount of cooling. So not 1,000, I'm sorry, 100 kilowatts. So if we go into our thermal part and start going along here, like for instance, we have two different kinds really. You have the deployable kinds, which are these guys. I'm not necessarily using these. And then you also have what people were mentioning, the conformal ones like this. The big difference is, well, the conformal ones are lighter, which is nice, but you need to place these ones close to where the drills are. If you place these guys up here, then they're not going to cool the drill down here. However, the ones that extend, like these ones, you can place up here and they'll cool the drill. They'll cool anything that's on the ship. So that's something to be aware of. There's kind of assumed that all the plumbing and everything is going to be there. So be aware of that. Anyway, let's see, 100 kilowatts. So this fella, there's the medium one. What's it? The medium is 250 kilowatts right there. So we can get away. Why you would ever use the large, I don't know. The small ones are, where are they here? There it is, core heating transfer. That's what you got to look at. 50 kilowatts. So I could just use 2 of the small ones. That'll do it. That will be only 100 kilograms. Or we can get into these ones that slap on the side. 2 of these small ones here will do it. Oh god, one of these is 200. These ones are 150. They're kind of neat. They hang out like that, but you got to put them close. So I could put 2 of these small ones like this. You know what? Maybe that's not a bad idea. These are 50 each, and they only weigh 10 kilograms each. And it just kind of makes your life simpler. If I go to radial symmetry and go to 2, are they on the other side there? They are, you poop. Okay. Let's go to single. If I do, because you can see that they'll sort of fit here. Like one there, one there. Honestly, sometimes I just base this on what looks good anyway, like on aesthetics. This is more than enough here. It doesn't hurt to have too much. So that's more than enough. As long as it's on the same part as the drill's attached to, it'll be fine. Or do I go with 2 of these? I don't know. That's the other option, is like that. You know what? I'm going to go with we'll go with these guys. They look okay there. That should do it. Just stick them on the side. Do I want to stick them around the... Oh, I could stick them around the other side, too. That might not look bad, either. Ah, decisions. Put these right above here. If I go to 4-way symmetry, they should have... Come on. There. 4-way symmetry. Now we're getting into aesthetic choices. If I put that on snap, that'll be right like above there. They're above all the landing struts. And if you retract these, do they still look okay? Kind of do that, but throw these away. I might do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. The converter generates heat too? It does? Really? You might be right. I may be forgetting that. Oh, there is, for sure. Required cooling 200. So actually, oh, thanks for pointing that out. So the drill, I thought the drills were the biggest one, but the converter's worse. Okay, so these are, let's look at this again. Thank you. Okay, this is changing things. So these are 100. Oh my God, and they're 100. My brain is not good. So 200 kilowatts, because there's 2 of them, you bonehead. Plus, up here is another 200. So I need 400 kilowatts of cooling. That changes things a little bit. 400 kilowatts of cooling. I might now go with this. I might do these. Changing my mind. These are 50 each. Oh, but I could do a combination. So I put 2, that's 100. And then that would be 200. And now if I get into the small ones, I still need another 200. These are 50 each. Now if I do this. So those are 50 each. That's 100, 100. 100, 100. That's 400 there. I could have put 2 of these guys on too. You know what? Leave it. It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I did forget there's 2 drills. I'm gonna go with this. This is my plan. I always like the look of radiators up here. There we go. I think that's gonna be the plan. Okay. Honestly, maybe a little bit of electricity on here. I won't be running this through the night, so I'm not gonna worry too much about this. And if I recall correctly, it will work like through the dark too. Like when you're not rendering it, KSP doesn't model electricity being used. So I'm thinking this is pretty good. Now, a couple of things I got to deal with. A couple of things I still got to deal with. Number one is being able to do this docking. Is something I got to deal with. So what I need to do is do the same trick I used for the lander, which was I have wheels on these landers. If I start them extended like that are tucked in there, and RCS on the lander, and that's how I drove it there. I need to do the same thing with this. We need to put on some wheels. Small landing gears, I'm sure will be fine. I want to go with the mirror symmetry. 2 ways. Yeah, we'll flip this around like that. And we're going to have to play around with getting these in a good spot. Oops. Cannot see what I'm doing. There we go. I want these more or less to line. Yeah, like that. But these wheels need to be as low down as these guys are. So again, if I do that, let's save it before I move it down in case it does that disappearing trick on me again. So I'm just going to clip those down. Oh my God. And then we're going to grab these wheels. And we're going to slide them down so that the wheels just clip. Oh, I got to hold the shift key to go even further. So the wheels are just clipping. Like that. And you're having trouble with, there we go, like that. Okay, so the wheels are just there. Now they're kind of floating, which I don't like, but I'll deal with that in a second. Up we go. Okay, and then what we'll do is all I'll do to cover all of that up is grab me one of these structural tubes. There we go. Is that the 2 point? Nope, that's need the bigger one. Oh, that's the really big one. I was fooled. That one's bigger than it looks. That looks okay. Yeah. And then the idea is that when these are retracted, they're kind of out of the way and you don't really see them. Now, I can color this, right? Yeah, I do have the... This guy, I might color them the same as the bottom of the base. This is the simple Repaint mod, which is really handy. And then I might do the same thing with these guys. Yeah, see, no, you never know they're there once they're when they are. There we go. So there's that. And now I got to put RCS on this fella. Oh my God, this I'm like really zoomed in. There we go. That's what I want. I don't know why I have Kerbal Engineer on right now. I don't need you. And so I'm going to. All this thing is going to do is drive. Oh, I should put some. No, we can steer with the wheels. I think it's going to be okay. So I want to put some RCS on it. RCS blocks. What am I doing? There we go. I'm going to put on some of these place anywhere linear ones. And I'll put like, I only need one. Not one, but I only... Oh, no, I need them forward and back. I got to be able to go forward and reverse. I can steer with the wheels. So I'm thinking like that. Like on either side of... Either side of... most of the mass is in this thing when there's not a lot of ore, I would assume. There. Just like I have a little port sticking out like that. Little port. Hopefully this will work. Oh, shoot. Do that. Oh, I lost them. Okay, fine. Be that way. Somehow lost it. Okay, we'll just copy you. Oh, it was red from the get-go. That's what the problem was. I see. Doesn't like sticking to that. Okay, so we'll put them up here. Put snap on. And then I'll shift it down where I want it. Like that. I'm just guessing at where the center of mass is. Oh, I guess I could if I just made... Save this again. If all I did was make... Where's my pro body? There it is. If I just made that the root part, just remove this temporarily, you can put on the center of mass. So you want the thrust to be roughly equal around the center of mass. Take this one and move it downwards. Oh, wait, we're starting to interfere. Move it upwards. I'm starting to interfere with the this tube. I don't want that. So we'll move these guys downwards. Oh, that looks funny. They're just floating there. Honestly, isn't critical anyway. There, that looks okay. Okay, and for both of these, all I care about is forward, and so we're going to go to show the actuation toggles. Yaw, pitch, roll, don't care. Port, starboard, dorsal, ventral, don't care. Just care about forward, aft. Same with this one. Actuation, you turn off. Yaw, pitch, roll, port, starboard, and dorsal, ventral, and they look okay. I don't... Why are they not on the other side? Oh, for goodness sakes, I know why. For fart's sakes. Okay. They're on top of each other. Go to radial symmetry. Let's do this again. All of a sudden looked and noticed they weren't on the other side, but that was because I was on mirror symmetry, and the mirror was like right on top of each themselves. Or two of them right on top of each other. There we go. I'm calling it. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can't keep doing that. Okay. And let's see. I'm just looking at the chat here. The bottom two will be covered by the top two only at noon. I can't, that's just life at noon. Yeah, the bottom two will be covered by the top two, but I'm not going to worry about it. Try a module before launch, maybe try. Yeah, I will definitely give this a trial run before launch. For sure. Like, as soon as I kind of have this kind of the way I want, I'm going to give this a trial run just on Kerbal. Okay, so that's good, that's good, that's good. We're going to save this again. Electricity is good. Needs monopropellant if I'm going to put RCS on it. Let's just arrange these tanks by mass. Let's just grab a couple of these little minified ones. Sure, that'll do it. I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm just going to leave that exactly like that. What if I change this to... That looks better. And... Okay, this is going to need a sky crane of some kind on the top of it at some point. That will be something for the future. Lights. Of course, lights. What kind of silliness would this be without some lights? So I'm going to put some spots way up here towards the top. Give a really good... Nah, maybe not. Maybe around here-ish. Four-way symmetry. There we go. Color them gray with the... So they kind of blend in. Is there a dark gray somewhere? Black? Oh yeah, you have to make them white. I forgot about that. You make them white and then they can be the various gray colors and stuff. Put them on. And we'll use the pitch angle that... There we go. Just give them like that. Yeah. That's ReStock that puts that pitch angle thing on there. Turn them off. And maybe some dome lights. What do I got on the other side? I got little spots. Maybe little spots like that over here too. Just to kind of light up this a bit. I don't know if that's going to do anything or not. Playing with colors. Okay, so I don't know. I'm thinking that's okay. Yeah, this guy's already sitting. Someone's talking about east-west. Yes, this guy's already sitting so that east is this way. So the sun will be... Actually, not, the sun won't be directly overhead at noon because we're at a latitude of like 28 degrees or something like that. So the sun will never be... I might be better off now that I'm thinking about it. With the sun, I'm towards the north. I might be better off... No, I'm probably still better off with the solar panels like this. I don't know. It's probably not going to be a big deal. What other lights do I got? Let's put some flashy lights down here. Just around. Yeah, let's put them around. Four-way symmetry here. Some orange flashy lights. Blink. Edit the colors. A little bit more into the orange. Blink on. And duplicate that. Like that. live with that. We'll live with that. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. So the last thing I want, let's save this, is, okay, we can harvest the ore, we can convert the ore into resources, but I'd like to be able to store it. Now, I guess I could store it in the lander, but I'd like to have actually some sort of storage tank. And I think I'm going to take advantage of this docking port that I have right here. So I'm going to... this is actually going to be a very similar problem than what I had at the very beginning of this stream. Ports. Oh, don't range use my name. There. So put that there. Again, I'm going to save this. I'm going to make that docking port the root part. Very temporarily. We're going to chuck this all into... Oh, yep, that's right. All into a subassembly. Yep, delete you. Go new. So the idea with this guy is going to be just to make a tank, really. Just to tank the whole fuel. Probably in the 2.5 meter range. I don't think it needs to be that big. Something like this. That's all I'm thinking about. Put a radial McJobby on it. Oh, for goodness sakes. That way. There we go. I don't know why that took so much work. Structural tube. And I think I'm just going to put one on here like that, and then another docking port. Maybe two. I have a reason to think two. I know one potential problem that I might get by making these as long as they are, but you know what? That's a no. I know ways I can. Well, you know what? I got it. Okay. My brain is ahead of what I'm doing, which is never a good thing. But I know a fix. I came up with a problem and never articulated it, and then already came up with a fix before I even articulated the problem. So I'll talk about the problem. And then I'll talk about what I think will be the fix. But right now, there. That's all I want. This will be empty. So this is just where we store resources. This little lander hardly holds anything. So that tank by itself will be like everything I'm ever going to want. We'll put a thingy McDingy on it. This one. Like so. Like so. We'll put an RCS can at the top. Let's arrange these by... There's monoprop. Just... No. Like that one. Yeah. No, that's the littlest one. There. That can go on top. And then I guess... No, you know what? Just finish it off with like something stupid like... Oh no, I'm gonna need some sort of sky crane on the top. So let's get back. I need to have I was going to put a nose cone on the top, and then I realized, oh, wait a second. So if I put on one of these, that. So that's it. Just something to hold resources. Again, it doesn't keep that empty because that's the job of this, to fill this up. Some landing legs. And again, my plan with some hope, my plan is still to see if I can do, oh my god, there we go, is to see if I can do all of this in one go. That's really my hope. Okay, let's make this again the root part. Same thing, I want all the landing legs. So that the landing legs are all going to be at about the same height. So this thing will sit relatively level. We're getting a little bit of space under there, so I'm going to cover that up with another docking tube. Not docking tube, whatever, these structural tubes. I keep grabbing the big ones. There we go, like that. Okay. Again, save that. You forgot batteries? Nope, there are batteries tucked in here. I put a 4K battery right in there. So that doesn't... I am not lacking... Oh, I did... It's the small one. That's the big one. That's the one I want in there. Same idea with the landing legs. I'm going to need those. Like with the wheels. Small landing gear. Actually, what I should do, take that away temporarily. Mirror symmetry. Snap on. Pushing all the wrong buttons. There we go. Wider of a wheelbase there. Okay, save this again. Oh, this is still Mun Base. I'm just noticing this is Untitled Craft. This is my Mun Base. Okay, save that. Yep, right, the old one. Again, do the same trick with the getting this down. Almost done the base building part of it. Move down those landing wheels. That, and then we'll put tube back. Maybe make the tube a smidge longer. You'll never know they were there. Okay, retract, retract, white. I'm fine with that. Okay. And basically now it's going to be the fun part of getting all of this there. Do you have a probe core RCS and a small battery on the tank that I've yet to have put on any kind of vehicle that's actually going to get these things here? I've not gotten to that stage of the game yet. So, just going to put on some flashy lights on this, and then I think... Actually, let's go... Yeah, let's go... Low like that. Okay. White, orange flashy lights. That one. Yep. Blink on. Oh, what I was thinking about last time when I thought maybe I could get this all done in one go. It's like, what on earth were you thinking about there? Okay, I'm going to put a single little spot here. Just to kind of light that up. It can be white. Pull it out of the texture a little bit. And then a duplicate one on the other side shining this way. Okay. There we go. I'm thinking I'm thinking this is it. Now, the thing is, of course, I still want to take this module and this module there at the same time in the same vehicle, just to try and save time, because I've already spent a lot of time with this. But what I'd like to try and do is really quick, just save this. We're going to do a test launch, just make sure things kind of work. Yes, the hab module's already there, Nathan. It's the next... This didn't launch. It's the next two modules that need to get there now. Okay, so what I'm just doing with this right now is just making sure that, you know, I can deploy the drills, I can run it. Not sure what there is to get on the runway. There might be, there usually is like ore everywhere a little bit. Start the harvesting. Boom. Boom. Get rid of that. Am I actually bringing in ore? I'm bringing in ore at a trivially silly amount, but it is working there. And then what I want to do is turn on this harvester. Actually, let's time warp a bit and actually get some quantity of ore in there. Good. That's enough of that. And then what I want to do is just turn this on. We'll start making like liquid fuel and oxidizer. And you can see the core. Oh, look at that light. Is that new? I've never noticed that. Might be ReStock. Look at that. Getting all these coils getting hot. And I'm wondering if these don't work as well in an atmosphere. I'm noticing that I'm above... I don't know. I think thermal efficiency is going down. Do I need more radiators? I'm wondering if I need more radiators. See, thermal efficiency is going down. Same with these guys. They're overheating. Wow. There we go. I don't... Alright. But anyway, all of the... It sits on the ground fine. That part's fine. Maybe put on a bit more thermal? Boy. I don't know. I thought I had that covered, but whatever. Let's recover. Escape. Revert back to spaceplane hangar. Oh, fuel tank needs RCS thrusters and some monoprop so I can drive it. Thank you very much. That is 100% true. I think I might, though, put on one... Oh, wait. Did I not turn these on? I didn't turn these on. They're not on automatically. I'm going to assume I did the radiating part right. Yes. So, let's retract this. I'm not going to put on more radiators. I never turned on. These radiators down here have to be turned on, and I didn't do it. So I'm going to assume that's the problem. And I'll live with my choice. There. These can be retracted. But very good point is this guy needs some this is going to be a very light thing. Remember, there's no fuel in that tank. But this thing needs... Oh, it needs not only RCS for driving it. It needs RCS to store... Oh, no, it does have RCS. What if I just put in a little bit like that? There you go. That's the RCS for driving it. And then I'll put on some thruster blocks. Again, I'll just go with the linear ones here. I'm just going to... I want to get this done. So, radial symmetry, like that. And then another couple here. And I'm just going to leave those like so. I'm noticing that this is right atop. Okay. I have to move this one up to here. Just noticing those ones were right on where the light was. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to move this one down. Sure, it's fine. Okay, again, with these fellas, I want to put on the actuation toggles. Everything but Forward and aft gets turned off. There, and now this guy's drivable too. Boom. Okay, save it. That is a Mun Base. So, save. And now, I'm going to make this the root part again. We're going to save these modules into some sub-assemblies. So this is the... Whoops. Why'd you do that? Oh. Okay, let's put this back as the root part. There it goes. That's what I wanted. We're going to put... Oh, actually... We can fix that later. We'll fix. I know what to do. Okay, we're just gonna throw it in here. So this is the actual harvester module. It's just the attachment point's not going to be where I want it, but I think I'm going to be okay with that. And then this one is the fuel tank module. Tank module. And we're going to save that, and we're going to go new here. Don't want to save that monstrosity. We're going to switch over. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. So now, what I need to do is to bring these over into here, and I need to get something that's going to work. So I'm going to start with a remote guidance unit, just to have a something that's going to drive. We'll stick that in. Oh heck, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's just get some. Let's just get everything here. So I'm gonna. Not you. You. Oh, these are. That was interesting. How big that there. And probably gonna need a pretty big fairing. So let's go to. Let's go with the 3.75 meter fairing. We'll figure this out as we go. We're gonna put on those interstage nodes and the truss structure. And we're going to start... Actually, no. Take the interstage nodes off for now. Let's start with the heaviest thing, which is undoubtedly the harvester module. Now, this is what I meant by I knew this was going to be like this. So, this is okay. We can make this work. So, all you got to do... What do you got to do? What do you got to do? It's going to need to be attached down here. That's a 2.5 meter part. So, how about just a decoupler? Coupling the 25. Well, that's a stage separator. I want the decoupler dummy. That one. Get it pointing the right way, like so. And then we're going to make the root part here temporarily. We're going to take this. We're going to put it here. Then we're going to switch the root part back to this. And now everything's happy. There we go. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be the structure on the bottom here. I just wanted to get this started. Now, if I put on the interstage nodes, do I have an interstage node above this at the top? And if so, how far? I do not. Stinky. Okay. May have to come up with something more clever. May have to do some real... Might need a bigger fairing. That's what I really might need. Let's remove this. Oh, for goodness sakes. Come on. There. I think I need a bigger fairing. This might get huge! Or it might be just entirely too ambitious to do both of these at the same time. I just really wanted to. Now if I put on the interstage nodes. I do have an interstage node up here, but it'll never fit with the sky. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, anyway, as far as all of this nonsense goes, it's pretty simple to take this docking port. I'm going to stick things in different places, and then the engineer is going to reassemble that part so it'll fit in the fairing. That's how I'm going to deal with the fairing part. And then I'm going to take off this piece and we'll stick it radially somewhere. That looks terrible. It really doesn't like you sticking things to the actual convertitron. We'll pretend these things are on here, like, you know, with duct tape and straps and stuff. Move it out a bit so it doesn't look like it's completely there. That's good. But now I got something I can put a fairing around. Didn't want to copy that. I just wanted to strap on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so on the top of this is going to need to go... You know what might be smarter? The more I think about this, why not just use 2 fairings and do this in, like... Why not indeed? This will come up. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I need to build some kind of sky crane on this, though. That's for sure. So, we haven't gotten to that part yet. So, I'm going to... Of course. There. This whole bit comes off the bottom for now. And this needs to come up. Where's a decoupler? A little decoupler. TD06 decoupler like so. Put in a... like so. And then what I want to do is build some sort of sky crane off the top of this. So we'll move with one of these. Now this guy needs to be, you know, I don't know, at minimum a few hundred meters per second. I don't have a... it's a pretty heavy mass that it's hold. It's... We're going to put on 4 of these. And we'll put on some, well, I don't know. Will the twitches do it for me? I'm not convinced they will. Okay, what do we got? Let's put on Kerbal Engineer. Kerbal Engineer's coming back. That is better than I would have guessed. I honestly, that's more Delta V than I would have thought I would have gotten out of this. So I'm not upset. I think what I might do, though, is double up these twitches. Like that. Maybe, actually... I think it should work. I just want more thrust. For the landing, I like to have more thrust. So doubling up twitches. 551 meters per second at Delta V. Oh, put all these guys on the same stage would be good. And 0.79 thrust to weight. I'm not putting a scanning arm on them over. I am already too ambitious. I'm sorry, I'm already too ambitious. So I am not... this is not getting bigger than you are already seeing. How big can I build this fairing? Because this might need to be multiple fairings. How big can I go with this? Well, I don't know. I should be able to get the fuel... Okay, so stop. So next, on top of this, is going to have to go... You know what? I'm going to put on some struts. Oh, this needs a probe core. You know what? This does not need a probe core. I'm just realizing that. Let's make... Keep changing root parts. Let's make this the root part. I don't need a probe core in this. But I do need a probe core. Why is it sticking in a funky spot like... Look, why is it going down there? Oh, it's... Okay. Interstage nodes off. There we go. I do need a probe core on this. And I need a battery. least a few. And probably some reaction wheels would be a good idea. Now that I'm thinking about it. And that's going to dock. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, let's switch our root part back to this probe core at the top. So what I need next is to put on the next part, which is the fuel tank. But the fuel tank's empty. It's not particularly heavy. Let's grab it. So it is the fuel module. Where is it? Tank module is what I called it. Did the same thing with the stupid, which I don't like. But what I'm gonna do... Oh, I see an issue. Okay. I don't think my interstage nodes reach this high. That's, I think, what's gonna be my problem. Nope. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna be creating lots and lots of debris. So on the top of this is gonna go... People might want to start placing their bets as to the odds of this thing getting to the surface of the moon. Like that. And then I'm going to need to put in a structural bit like that. And then I'm going to need to put another decoupler. The 25, that's the one I want. Like that. And then this will end up going on to here. Now what I need to do is, yeah, this can go, yeah. So take all of this off. This can go here. That's not going to work, what I just realized, but I'll rebuild it. Like so. So, like 12. Come on. Like so. Throw that away. Make up here the root part. And then I'm going to grab... Oh my golly. All of this. And it's going to go down here. And now I'll make this back the root part. Same idea. Just stick the docking port here on the side. So an engineer at some future date. Actually, what I can do. Take that. Take that. The docking port. Oh, why are you being this way? Why? Just doesn't want to just snap onto that. Really doesn't. Okay, fine. It's just temporary for the engine. The engineer will end up moving that, and then this, that to asymmetry. This one can get thrown away. And again, the idea is like these are strapped here on the side. With some strapping and duct tape. But I want something I can build the whole fairing around is really all that is. So there, there, there. I think. So here's the harvest module, and then this is just some sort of adapter thing. We're going to throw some struts in here. That's the sky crane for the harvest module. Now I need to build a sky crane for this. So what I need to do is, same idea, a TD-6 on the top, like so, a probably, yeah, a bunch of cubic octagonal struts just to get some altitude above This one won't be needing as much. I'm honestly just going to put an Oscar B on top of this. And then 4 Oscar Bs in 4-way symmetry. Kind of the same. Ooh, they are really snap on. Okay, don't worry so much about that. More structure bits. Oh, welcome aboard. They're Polish Space Forever, who's just become a novice rocketeer, a YouTube member. Thank you very much for the support. It is very much appreciated. Okay, so what we're going to do is when this thing lands, all of this business, so let's change the root part again. Oh, I need a probe body on the top of this. Because this thing will be flying. Oh, they're arranged by... Every time I arrange them that way, it messes me up. Like that. And now we'll make this the root part. And now I can lose... When that top part is landing, all of this is going to be gone. Like that. And I need some twitches again, I guess. Alright, what does Mr. and oh my god, that is so much fuel. You know what I could no. Yeah, take this off. Throw these away. Bring these back. 4-way symmetry again. I might need to build them out more. That's still like so much fuel. Oh, like there's no fuel here. That is just what's in the Oscar B that's provided. Look at that. Like that's crazy. Okay, I don't need as much as I'm seeing. Okay, this is not very heavy, I guess. 2.6 tons? Doesn't feel that light to me. Let's try it with the spiders. It's still a ton of thrust. Am I missing something? It just feels like this isn't right, but... Where's that Oscar B? Take this out. Does it go to 0? It does. So there's no other fuel anywhere. Okay, well, heck, just leave the fuel in there. I got so much thrust, it's kind of ridiculous. We can turn the thrust limiter down. Yep. There we go. That's fine by me. Okay. That is our... Cool. Oh, you know... Oh, boy. I'm just realizing some other things, too. No. A ton of fuel is good. That will be part of the descent vehicle. This will be the entire descent vehicle to come down and land on the surface. So I need some solar, too, on this. This is going to need... I got a probe body. I need some batteries. That I need some reaction wheels, and I think not being stingy with the reaction wheels is probably, well, let's go with the little mini ones then. We'll go with the mini reaction wheels, and we need some solar though, because there's no solar on the module here. So I think what I'll just do is just do this. That should be fine. So this, if I get it into orbit about the moon, should be able to land. Oh, I see what's happening. I had to, this was on the same state. No, it's still fine. I'm actually now not convinced. No, Kerbal engineer is confused. That makes way more sense. Kerbal Engineer is just thinking the delta V on this little bit without the thing below it, but I think KSP's got this right. Yes, okay. My mistake. Okay, we're gonna take that off. Need more fuel. More fuel. Another Oscar B. That's making more sense. The mistake, yeah, is Kerbal Engineer is not counting the whole payload. It's just thinking like, okay, let's see, what does this do for me? See, this is thinking just this thing's gonna fly, but where did the... Oh yeah, and then you got to put it onto... Oh, I don't have a... No, I do have a decoupler. This goes here. There. See, Kerbal Engineer thinks only this top part is counting, but it's not counting the mass of what's below it. It's actually a little bit too much, so I can actually probably come to here. Whoops. You know what? Screw it. I don't care if it's got too much. Yeah, the thrust to weight's not nearly enough. So we need back to the... That makes way more sense. Fix the staging. 962, 1.5. This will land. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to cheat simulate this in moon orbit. That's Oliver suggesting that, which is not a bad idea, but honestly, this is taking way too long as it is. We're just going to go for it and see what happens. That's going to be the plan. So this thing by itself can land on the moon. That is going to be stage 1. And now I need to look at this coming off and making this the root part. This coming off. Now I need to make it so this guy can land on the moon. And again, Kerbal Engineer is very confused. It's only counting the sky crane part. It's not counting... Yeah, the game's got it right. So 564, I need more fuel. It's still even not a lot of thrust, to be honest. Let's put on... Let's take these off. Let's take this off. Let's move these up to here. Gonna get a bigger fuel can here. Structure. I'm making my life... now I'm debating whether I've made it... Doing this is making it more complicated than it's worth. Like that I should have just gone with 2 launches, because I'm really starting to worry that I've bitten off more than I can chew. Oh my gosh. And then this... Is there even a decoupler that I got there? That's where the decoupler is. That makes sense. So what is... Yeah, that's... 1,000... Now let's... New idea. That comes back. This is all too big. Just a bigger, taller fuel can. Not that this thing isn't getting tall enough, but... Bump, 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 bump. You. Where's this decoupler? Oh, it's there. That's where I keep getting goofed up with. That's not quite enough. I need a little bit more fuel, but if I take that off, nothing hurts by going out wider. That's getting pretty close. Maybe Where's the little beach balls of death here? There we go. No, I'm gonna go back to what I had. There, that's our landing. Oh my god. Okay, this can now land on the moon. It's got the delta V and thrust in order to do that. So now I need to build a transfer vehicle and a launch vehicle. This is... I bet... Oh my god. Okay, let's... The staging is a catastrophe. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is not right down here. I gotta build something. Will this fairing go around this? I guess that's the other thing. Build the fairing. It's gotta go a little bit wider here. Might be the biggest fairing I have ever built. Oh my god. Alright, so ejection force, I'm gonna make huge. Clamshell deploy, okay. Moon base modules. Oh my gosh, okay. So what I need next... What I need next is, I think I got I'm seeing a comment about reaction wheels. Am I missing reaction? No, there are reaction wheels there. I think this is all good. If I can get this contraption into orbit about the moon, I think I'm okay from there. So, what I'm thinking, let's remove all this. What do I got for payload compartments? Do I have anything in that big size? What I might do... Yeah. I might... Oh, that's not even the big one. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Might make another one of these, put on the interstage nodes, and then here I'm going to build my little service module stuff. So in there, I'm going to go probe body. Actually, does it... I don't think I really... Actually, this doesn't need to be... Oh my gosh. Never mind, I'm not going back. I'm just realizing this doesn't need to be as big as it is, but I'm not going back anymore. No more going back. No more going back. Names. So in here we're going to put a remote guidance unit. We're going to put a big set of... Oh, we put the big things on the bottom. Big set of reaction wheels. Batteries. Sure. A Z1K battery I'm sure will be fine. Solar panels it's going to have enough of. An antenna. Oh, I need antennas all the way up. I need antennas all the way up. So this is going to require... That's easy. I'm going to put an antenna up top here. Why can't I get off of four-way symmetry? There we go. Antenna on the top there, and I also need an antenna somewhere on this, which, yeah, right here. That's fine. And why I don't really technically need an antenna down here. This can be a dumb stage, but I'm gonna... No, this can be a dumb stage. More I think, no, this can be dumb stage. This can be a dumb stage. Yes. So I don't need the probe body. I do need some batteries, so let's put another Z1000 in there again. Guess that's as small as that gets. Okay, let's think about how disastrous this staging is, because what is this? Oh, that's that. Yeah, these fairings can go together down here. You know, I'm gonna just ignore all of that, and we'll fix it once this gets better. So then I'm going to need some sort of transfer vehicle. So I'm thinking, can I scale down from this big 5-meter size down to something smaller? And I'm looking at something to get me around, yeah, 1900 meters per second is what I'm, no, 1900 plus the, I doing math. Let's do it, 1860. Something that'll go from the upper atmosphere Kerbal and get my capture around the moon. Something in around the 2200 meters per second range. So this is what I'm thinking about. And then let's go back to this again. So I've gone down a size. I need a decent vacuum engine. Is the right, what is the, so used to not, oh, 340 meters per second on the Rhino. It's 9 tons though, that's a lot of engine. And then we got the Mastodon. I don't think it really expects you to use either of these for this. But I'm worried the Poodle isn't going to be enough. Oh, at least Kerbal Engineer and this is agreeing. Okay, let's. That is 16 lot of thrust. What was that one? That was the Mastodon. What's this? The Rhino. Rhino more looks the part. Yeah, that's a lot, and that's a lot of thrust. Maybe I can get away with a Poodle. Let's go down one more size. That would be lovely if I can get a Poodle down in here. It's a little on the wimpy side, but not terrible. Got plenty of thrust. What did I say I wanted? About 22? Yeah, 2200. No, I need a more. Maybe them. Yeah, let's go back. I'm gonna go back to what I had. I'm gonna go back to the no, that's what I just had. The Rhino engine. But what I'm gonna do is put another tank in here. Try and get some more DB. So, like, two, maybe this fella. So that will do it, and it's plenty of thrust. There's no doubt about that. Plenty of thrust. Let's build this fairing. That fairing's really just there to enclose all that. Actually, that can come right out of the staging. I don't care if that ever gets staged. This needs to be below here. Still more than I need. Can I get away with something just a little bit smaller? I can hide some tanks inside here. Get down the 2.5 meter size. It's funny that these 2.5 meter parts are now looking small. I can hide that in there. 2158, how's that fitting for me? I like it. I think I'm gonna go with that. I can actually turn down the throttle limiter on this a little bit. It's a little high. So this is the idea. This is gonna be the upper stage and what's gonna get me into moon orbit, and then dropping those guys and they're gonna land. That's the whole idea. Try the skiff, somebody says. Can I try the skiff? I can try the skiff. Engines. Don't know where anything is anymore. They should, when you put them by name, they should put these alphabetic. Oh, there's the skiff. So people are suggesting the skiff. I think the skiff might be too wimpy, but if it might not, well, yeah, it's a little too wimpy. I'm gonna stick with the Mastodon. I'm kind of at a point where I'm just like, let's just do it. So this is now down to a, what is that? Not the one bigger than the 2.5 meter size. So we'll put that on there. I think I gotta go big again. I don't think there's a think about it. I gotta go big again. Now it's getting this son bitch. So this has got to be around 2,600. Is that really? No, no, no. I see this guy. That. And that. And isn't it usually the skiffs that go on the bottom of this? This is like, again, not used to this. Come on. Four-way symmetry, and then one of these. We'll fix the textures in a little bit. All those should be on the same stage. And that stage is this goes. This fairing should be on its own stage. It's not being like that. Like that, like that, like that. This fairing should be here. That's better. Oh, that's way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Not enough thrust by any stretch, but way too much. Wow, those guys can't do the job at all. But way too much fuel. That's good. So we can scale this down. So instead of that one, how about this one? That is getting in the ballpark. Still kind of too much. This needs to only be around 2,600 meters per second, so I'm hoping. What do these skiffs do for you? What are they in thrust? Skiffs, skiffs, skiffs. I think I got the wrong motor on the bottom, don't I? Yeah, they're way... Let's arrange all the engines by mass. That'll put the bigger ones towards the bottom. That's too much. Maybe mainsail's down here. I'm starting to think. So mainsail. That's the Mastodon. What's the Mastodons like down there? Come on, you. Four-way. There. Okay. That might be more what I'm looking at. Skiffs were not the right motor for that. There we go. These all can go together. That gets me a nice healthy. This should do it. This should do it. Let's change the textures on these so they don't glitch out the way they are. Yes. These are clearly what's meant to go down here. Okay. Oh my gosh. What do I got? I got big set of reaction wheels here. Maybe these guys are gimbaled, I take it. They are. Some fins down here at the bottom. I'm gonna go just with these. I'm really at the point where all I want to do is see if we can get this thing to go up. Because this is turning into way more. Way more than I originally envisioned. Life without a plan. Oh, we need struts up in here for sure. Let's get some struts going. Where are my struts? There. Like this in here. All of this in here is a disaster waiting to happen. A wobbly, bobbly mess. So we'll strut up like something like this. Sure. And then more struts here. Below where the decoupler is. And then more struts like here. Okay. And we're going to go save. And go to Atmo. We're going to start turning down the throttle limiter on these guys. Get it down to something reasonable. There we go. I'm just going to... I'm honestly like, let's give this a test now and see if I can maneuver this into orbit. That's kind of where I'm at. So I want to take this, take it out of the staging, go to action groups, put that into the staging, deploy, and honestly just save it and launch it. Oh my gosh, that took way too long. I don't know if I saved myself any time by putting all that into a single vehicle. Oh, you can change the number of engine nodes down there. I did not know that. No, those struts probably attached wrong, Nathan, but I'm at the point now where I'm saying screw it and punch it. I'm at the screw it and punch it phase of all of this. Screw it and punch it. Sometimes you just gotta say enough is enough. Screw it and punch it. Okay, we're going to turn off that. And we're going to hope for the best. I know the staging here is a disaster, but this top half of the staging, ignore. But the bottom half should be okay. That's all I care about right now. So we're going to punch it. Let go. And, oh boy, it's going slow. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just because it's so big. Maybe it's just because it's so big. So we're just going to go up for a little bit. And I think, if anything, it's a little overbuilt. So I'm going to wait and go up a little steeper than normal. Oh my gosh. So I don't trust the aerodynamics. And try and get it on a 90-degree heading the best I can. There we go. See that? Okay. And as massive as those engines are, they are certainly quiet. Come on. 90-degree heading. .90-degree heading is what I want. Okay. Still gotta come more south. Come on. It's also not pitching up nearly enough. Or pitching over nearly enough, I meant. I'm coming up way too steep. Okay, let's reduce throttle. We're at about 53 seconds to apoapsis. This is at 89 now, so that's better. Give this a chance to fall over. Again, just trying to get this to stay on 90 degrees. Less throttle. Fall over. Okay. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Yeah, I should have been more aggressive. I was just so worried about this thing flipping out on me, so I went up way too steep. It seems to be holding at about 90 degrees. Oh, we're going to fall over to the orbit. There's a nice, nice sudden change in attitude there. And we're just going to keep, we're about 56 seconds to apoapsis. Going to try and keep that a constant. And that should allow this to kind of have a chance to fall over a bit and have a chance to push up that periapsis a little bit. I'm thinking I might pop that fairing. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop the fairing. So the fairing's on an action group. So let's do that. That loses a lot of weight. So 5. That went all right. That went all right. That could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone a lot worse. Okay, we need to get some horizontal velocity happening here. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now we got about 400 meters per second still left in that lower stage, and then we're going to go on to our next stage, to the upper stage. Not as I was really worried about the wobble, but wobble didn't become a thing. At least it's a little wobbly, but not terribly wobbly. On to the next one. And honestly, we're almost at... Okay. Oh, we are in space. We are in space. So let's just put this on the horizon. Just start throttling up again. Actually, keep it locked on prograde. Shouldn't have done that. Full throttle. Come on. Got a lot of altitude to add to our periapsis there. That's what I'm worried about. So I'm watching my periapsis. I'm watching that time to apoapsis. Probably pitch down a little bit. Yeah, let's... I don't want this apoapsis to get too... No, that's not a good idea. Last thing I want is for this time to apoapsis to end up getting down to 0, and then I got myself a little bit of a problem because, okay, the time to apoapsis just ticked up, so we can now reduce throttle. Okay, feeling good now. I don't want it to start coming down, and that's what's going to happen if you end up catching up to your apoapsis. But we're almost there. Almost there. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, let's deploy a solar panel. Actually, let's not. We got these guys. They should be okay. Let's deploy some antennas. I got an antenna up here. Actually, let's do that one. Extend that antenna. And I'm a little worried for fuel, I gotta be honest. It might be, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And then I got, where's that other antenna? It's down here somewhere. There it is. Okay, I'm going to put this on the normal vector. How's this thing kind of whip itself around? It's not terrible. Oh yeah, I did turn the throttle limiter on that down. Yeah, but it came out okay. It came out okay. I should keep an eye on electricity. Should I? Yeah, let's deploy one of these gigantors. Then I never have to worry about electricity. Okay. Yeah, let's think about getting ourselves to the moon. I had this whole thing I was also going to put on a little tug vehicle to go up there and rescue Michael's scrap, but kind of giving up on that now. I would have been easy to just add on to there, but it's going to have to be for something else. Okay, right now, we got to muscle this there, so... Okay. What time we at the stream? I don't think we're going to be getting them down. I'm starting to look at the stream time and thinking might be getting close to the end. So our target, let's put the base on. That's our target right there. I'm thinking that's probably going to have to be for next week, putting that on there. But right now, let's just get this set up. We'll do this burn. I am inclined to just say, screw it. It's not perfect, but I am inclined to see if we can just muscle it home anyway. Okay, I'm going to do this burn. So a little F5ing here. And let's time warp to that. So I'm hoping what I have set up here is kind of making some sense. That we have two modules. So we have this fuel module, which is obviously going to have to come first because it's in the way. And there's the sky crane that's going to bring it down to the surface. It should have enough delta V to do that all by itself. And then we have this whole module. And again, the sky crane should be enough to take it all the way down to the surface. What I'm a little worried about is the amount of fuel that's in here. I only have 1,072, and that needs to get us to the moon and get us our orbital insertion. So that's going to be tight. And I think I did make it more complicated than it needed to be, but sometimes you just get yourself stuck in sort of a way of doing something. And then you go, there's no turning back, let's just go. Okay, punching that, we're off. I don't know if I need as much gimbaling range as we got on this thing now, so I'm going to turn that down a bit. As I hate seeing the engine kind of twitching back and forth. I barely have enough fuel for the... Yeah, I barely have enough fuel for the capture about the moon. I 100% agree. But we'll see. It's going to be tight. I think I barely have it, but like I said, it's going to be tight. I still got to do the correction burn. Oh, shoot. It doesn't help when I do stupid crap like that. I just overdid it. That does not help. Now, I think... No. Okay, let's just... And turn down the throttle limiter on this a little bit. Actually, no. You know what? Let's fix all this with a correction. No, maybe not. Okay, let's push this out. I was trying to figure out what's the cheat. I think it might be better to fix this now and then... because we got to bring this thing... That's good. Overdid that. We got to bring this thing, I guess, northwards, yeah, in order to land here, because its latitude is well above the equator. So let's at least set that business up. That was probably too much. A little bit out that way. So I want to look at that, get that on, edge on. This inclination needs to be at least 28 degrees. A little more is never a bad thing. I should really look to see if I'm at a good spot as far as the efficiency of this goes. Do I get more? No, that doesn't seem to be helping. Put this at where I get the most inclination difference. No, I don't think I helped myself with that. Okie dokie. So there we go. About 11 kilometers. Put that. Put the moon's orbit on edge. Put that trajectory on edge. As long as this angle is more than 20, I think I still need to come northwards a bit more. I really do. There, that's making me feel better. Go with that. So 26 meter per second burn. Yeah. Let's, you know what? I'm thinking, looking at the time of the stream, I'm thinking we got this 26 meter per second burn left. Oh, I do not have enough for the capture at all. Not even close. Shoot. Well, we'll have to, that's might have to be, might have to be a problem for next week. Because typically a capture about the moon is 280 meters per second. I only have 213 meters per second left in this stage. I have 25 meters per second for this correction, so we can do that. I've got ideas on how we might be able to save this, but that does involve... I can always lose payload and lose mass. That's always an option. So what I think I shall do is actually maybe call it for this week. We're going to have to pick this up next week after this particular burn. We'll figure out a way to do the capture. We'll figure out a way to get these two down to the surface. It might not be quite the way I planned it, but whatever. We'll get her done one way or the other. But in the meantime, I'm going to thank everybody in the chat. Going to thank everybody watching this at a later date. And especially, and most of all, a very special thanks to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. That turned into a much more crazier build than I thought it was going to be at the beginning. But we'll have to see next week how it goes. So in the meantime, have yourself a fantastic week. And we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.